The Crystal Hollows has been out for over 2 months now, but after all this time, my best setup is still that which I used in the Dwarven Mines back when it first released. That is why in today's video, I will be spending nearly 3 billion coins on obtaining the best mining setup in the entire game. I know you guys really enjoy watching me spend tons of money on things I'll never use, so if you want to enjoy my suffering, I recommend that you stick around until the end. First thing is I want to talk about my current mining setup and how sad it probably is. My mining armor set has been and still is my Sorrow armor. This does happen to be one of the very oldest Sorrow armor sets in the entire game, with this first piece being crafted only about 20 minutes after the Dwarven Mines was released, but it kind of sucks. Because of its age, I've mostly chosen to leave it unenchanted and unreforged, with the only exception being Feather Falling 10 and a Snake Rune. Other than that, it has nothing on it, and so I'm not going to change this armor set. Next up is my drill, which is still a DRX 555. Once again, it is basically maxed, but it still kind of sucks because the 655 is just so much better. Also, it has none of the new upgrade modules, it doesn't have Pristine, and it doesn't have any silixes applied to it. Lastly are my pets, which are the Mithril Golem and the Silverfish. These have tons and tons of pet XP on them, but they don't compare to how good the Scatha is because I just haven't bought one yet. The last and arguably most embarrassing part of this all is that I am still only Heart of the Mountain 6. I'm very close to Heart of the Mountain 7, and I've kind of been sitting on this for a while because I wanted to get it in this video, but it does still kind of sting. That is why the very first thing I'll be doing is getting Heart of the Mountain 7. Yes, I know I'm about 2 months late to this, but in my opinion, it's better late than never. I just finished up a bunch of commissions, and so now if I claim this one, that should go ahead and give me Heart of the Mountain 7, and it has been a long time in the making. Now that we have all that sorted out, I'm gonna go ahead and reset my Heart of the Mountain tree, which is something I haven't done in quite a while, and I'm gonna go ahead and repurpose it into what I'm pretty sure is the best option these days. Like I said, admittedly, I really don't know that much, but I'm pretty sure a setup something like this is what you're supposed to do. Once again, I really don't know if this is the best, but that is all of my Heart of the Mountain tokens, and now I'm gonna go back and level all of them up. So far, I've maxed all of the ones that use Mithril Powder, and I still have 4 million extra, so that's not really a problem, but I realized I probably should have actually taken Powder Buff and not these two, but then again, I really don't know what I'm doing. If I'm doing something entirely wrong, go ahead and yell at me in the comments, but so far, I have something that looks kind of like this. I have good mining speed, good fortune, and somewhat okay professional. I have no idea what I'm doing, please tell me if it's all wrong. Now that that is all sorted out, it's time for me to do something that will probably hurt me a lot, which is retire my very, very old Sorrow armor. Of course, to do that, I have to find something to replace it, and I think that I'm just gonna pull out all the stops and go for pretty much maxed out Divin armor. Is this going to be a waste of money? Probably, but you know what? It sounds like a lot of fun. Now that all 4 of these are forging, I've realized I've probably made a mistake because I really should have taken Quick Forge, and so tomorrow I will reset once again, and I'll take that because there are plenty of more things for me to forge. However, we also have plenty of other things that we have to deal with to max out this armor, and the first thing is Reforges. The Jaded Reforge is by far the best Reforge for mining armor, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy 4 Jade Emeralds along with the 4 Recombobulators that I need to max out this armor. If we combine together the cost of the Reforge Stones, the cost of the Recombobulators, the armor itself, and the cost to apply the Reforge Stones to the armor, it works out to around 200 million coins, but we're not done yet. The reason that Divin armor is so incredibly powerful is because you can apply up to 5 gemstone chambers to it, which each unlocks 1 gemstone slot. Gemstone chambers cost around 17 million coins each, which isn't that bad until you realize I need 20 of them. So, to get all the money that I needed to max out this armor, I did what any self-respecting YouTuber would do, and begged for money from my viewers in the form of contraband. There is also a chance that I liquidated my Hyperion and the Giant Sword for this video, but you know, that's just not important, and I promise I'm not broke. The last thing I need for this armor is in fact the gemstones themselves, which is going to be extremely painful because I need 8 perfect jades, 8 perfect ambers, and 4 perfect topazes. However, like I said before, I'm not afraid of spending ludicrous amounts of my my viewers money in exchange for the small dopamine hits that YouTube views give me, so that means I'm gonna do it. Now all we have to do is wait for the amber orders to fill, and that should pretty much be all I need to do in terms of this armor. The next thing I have to do is upgrade my drill, which will be taking a lot of steps. In order to upgrade from the 555 to the 655, I need 30 Corleonite, 1 flawless ruby gemstone, 5 refined diamonds, 16 gemstone mixtures, 12 refined titanium, and 5 mithril plates. Combining the cost of all of this is around 200 to 220 million coins, and now finally I can stop being the 555 non and become something a little bit better. Not gonna lie, I've actually been really excited for this for a long time, and it took all it had in me to not do this before the video was ready to record, but you know what, I can finally go for it, and that'll take 30 seconds, and then I will have one of the best drills in the entire game. First things first, I need to turn this efficiency 5 into efficiency 10, and so to do that I have 5 silixes here, and I'm going to be applying all of them to this drill. I must admit, efficiency 10 does look pretty good, but also that isn't even close to the last thing we have to do. Next up are the 3 books I need to apply to this item in order to make it maxed, and those are Pristine 5, Fortune 4, and the Amber Power Scroll. Just in case you were wondering, the reason that my purse isn't going down each time I get out these things is because a lot of them have been sitting in my storage for quite a while, but in total, going from the 555 to all of this so far has costed about 330 million coins. If you take all of the costs that we've had so far in this video, it works out to just above 1 billion coins, and we're not even close to done yet. I can now go ahead and apply all 3 of these things, but I actually also realized that you can't apply this. I totally thought you would be able to, but that's fine. It's only about 30 mining speed, and we'll be making all of that up in plenty of other ways. Next up is something pretty obvious, and that is the Reforge. This drill is reforged to refined, which just isn't as good as auspicious, and this isn't very expensive either, but it adds on an extra about 3 mil or so, and so I'll go ahead and do that now. Next up for the drill is I need to apply the right gemstones. Right now I only have flawless amber and flawless jade, but I'm going to need a perfect amber, perfect jade, and a perfect topaz. Buying these 3 gemstones costed about 100 million coins, bringing us to a total cost of around 1.1 or 1.2 billion, and once again we're not even close to being done. The last things that I need are the drill upgrade modules, but to explain this, it is a little bit complicated, so let me show you a flowchart. Right now, my drill has a titanium-plated drill engine, a titanium-infused fuel tank, and no goblin upgrade module. What I want it to have is a perfectly cut fuel tank, an amber-polished drill engine, and a Sunnyside goblin omelet, but to get there, it requires a few steps. First things first is the drill engine. The amber polished drill engine requires 1 ruby polished drill engine, 1 sapphire polished drill engine, a flawless amber gemstone, and 50 Robotron reflectors. To craft the ruby polished drill engine, I need 1 mithril plated drill engine, 10 super light motors, and 10 fine ruby gemstones. To craft the sapphire polished drill engine, I need a titanium plated drill engine, 25 electron transmitters, 25 FTX 3070s, and 20 fine sapphire gemstones. I'm guessing you're starting to see where this is going. Of course, to craft the mithril plated drill engine, I need 2 regular drill engines and 3 mithril plates. Mithril plates use refined mithril, iron blocks, and refined titanium, along with 1 gold plate, and a gold plate requires enchanted gold blocks, glaciite jewels, and refined diamonds. Drill engines require enchanted iron blocks, enchanted redstone, treasurite, and refined diamonds, along with another one of those gold plates, which once again have their own recipes within them. I'm not going to go over the entire crafting tree for these items, but just for reference, it requires 41 unique forges just to craft 1 amber polished drill engine, and that doesn't even include refining the mithril or titanium. Of course, I didn't actually go ahead and forge every single item myself, but I did compile every single thing that I would need, which works out to around 175 million coins. If we add that on to the price that we had from earlier, that brings us up to around 1.4 billion coins spent on this video so far. With that said, I used my very last forge slot to start forging the sapphire polished drill engine, and I got a guildmate to start forging the other pieces I need, so that in about 24 hours I'll be able to combine all of it together and start the final forging process. While we're waiting for that to finish, another important thing has finished in my forge, and that is my Divin armor. In my inventory now is everything I should need in order to make the best mining set in the entire game, and the first thing I'm gonna do is the Reforges. Applying the Reforge stone costs 300k, and by recombobulating it, each piece gets a bonus 60 mining speed and 30 mining fortune. Next up is the much more expensive part, which is applying all of the chambers and then all of the perfect gemstones to max this set out. out. If I go ahead and hold this drill and wear the armor that I just maxed out, it brings me to a total of 5,580 mining speed, 1,531 mining fortune, and 15 pristine, which is a massive upgrade from what I had before. However, as is honestly the mantra of this video, we still aren't quite done. The last thing I should have to do is combine a few more items in the forge so that I can have the max upgrade modules along with the max drill, and I think these shouldn't take super long either. Never mind, I lied, they actually will take a while, but if I combine all of these four things, that should be able to make the amber polished drill engine, which I can start now, and if I combine these four things, that should allow me to create the maxed out fuel tank as well, the perfectly cut fuel tank, and with all of that, all we have to do is wait 1 day and 11 hours, and I will have everything I need to be entirely maxed. Actually, as I said that, I realized there are 2 more things I need to get in order to be completely maxed, and the first one is upgrading my Ring of Power. Upgrading the Ring of Power to the Artifact of Power will require 32 gemstone mixtures along with 7 more perfect gemstones to entirely max this out. The stack of 32 gemstone mixtures was 88 million coins, and one of each perfect gemstone combined is around 170 million coins, bringing us to a total of around 1.7 to 1.8 billion coins spent on this video. However, with all of these bought, first of all I can go ahead and craft this into the Artifact of Power, which does in fact look quite nice, and then finally I can put it in the gemstone grinder, remove all of the old gemstones, and put in all of the new maxed out gemstones, which is very satisfying as this also upgrades it to legendary. With all of that done and out of the way, all we have to do is wait for a few items to finish forging and sort out my pet situation. Currently, my best mining pets are a Mithril Golem and a Silverfish, and I did have a Bal that I sold earlier because I didn't really need it, because I will be buying an entirely maxed out Bal. Doing that really won't be that expensive, as a level 100 Bal only costs 50 mil, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and buy that right away like that, and that means all I have to do from there is get the right pet item as well. The best mining pet item is of course the Quick Claw, an item that I talked about in a recent video of mine, and the Quick Claw is kind of expensive. The cheapest Quick Claw is 100 million coins, but I have to buy it because I have to be entirely maxed for this video, so there we go, I now have the best pet and the best pet item. While I was doing that, the things in my forge finished forging, meaning that I can finally max out this drill. If I go ahead and talk to the drill mechanic, I can combine all of this together to max out this drill entirely, and I can also fill it up with fuel at the same time, meaning that as far as I know, this is the very best drill that I can buy. There are only a few more things that I need to do before going off, and the first of which is to check my total stat spread after having spent all of this money. In total, the around 1.8 or 2 billion coins that I've spent on this video have totaled to 6,638 mining speed, 1,947 mining fortune, and 18.4 pristine. However, because that last clip was recorded almost a month ago, I have come into quite a bit more money since then, and I can actually complete the ultimate goal of this video and buy the Divins alloy. The Divins alloy is used to craft the most powerful drill in the entire game, which is the Divins drill, and it is very expensive. Currently, the cheapest one is 708 million coins, and I can go ahead and buy that right now. With this item now being mine, I can forge it together with my 655 and 50 million coins to create the Divins drill, which will take 1 day and 18 hours, and I can start it now. If 2.8 billion coins isn't worth a subscribe, I really don't know what is, so I recommend that you go down and hit that subscribe button now. Now that I officially have the best drill in the entire game, the last thing that I need to do is apply 2 more gemstones to it because this has 2 more gemstone slots, and now it is entirely maxed. And now, after having spent over a month and nearly 3 billion coins, I can check my total stat spread with this brand new drill, brand new armor, and the Bal pet. And that works out to a total of 2,082 mining fortune, 5,913 mining speed, and 18.63 pristine. Is this very good? No. I still kind of suck, and honestly, it's kind of disappointing, but it is a lot better than it was before, and I do plan on actually starting to grind up mining with this and making a couple of videos about it. I can also finally say that I'm no longer a mining non, however, I do have to spend a bunch of time making sure that my gemstone powder lines up with how good this gear is and how good my mithril powder is, and I'll probably be doing that in some future videos. With all of that said, I very much do hope that you've enjoyed this video and that you come back for more in the future. If you want to be notified of all my future uploads, don't forget to join my Discord server at the link in the description or by going to discord.gg/dkmcc123. I'll see you guys later, and adios. Oh, and also, by the way, I have this now.